What up, what up, what up? WNBA analysis. So I'm going to be doing this all WNBA season. I would try to hit one or two a week. It just depends on how many games I get to watch, because I'm not going to give you analysis of a game that I haven't watched unless I tell you that. But I would rather analyze the game, or recap, I guess. Recap a game that I actually have watched. So first recap is going to be the game from May 16th. So yesterday, May 16th, the New York Liberty playing in Indiana, playing the Indiana Fever in Indiana. So the first thing I'm going to start with is, let's just hit the elephant in the room. Overarching theme, sold out, 17,000 people in attendance to see Caitlin Clark's first home game. Everybody knows she did not have a strong performance in her first game of her career, playing the Connecticut Sun. And so that happens. Two things I'm gonna say. First of all, we tried to tell y'all, okay? So Cheryl Swoops tried to tell you, Diana Taurasi tried to tell you, anybody who said rookies have an adjustment period, the Caitlin Clark fans came after them as if they were just somehow attacking her. But this is the same for every rookie. This is what happens, okay? So I'm so happy for all of the new fans to the league. Y'all are getting to see these women have been balling, okay? These are real professional basketball players. And just like every rookie, Caitlin's going to have to get used to the speed of the game. She's going to have to get used to the sets that they play. She's going to have to get used to getting everybody's best effort, and teams that can put multiple people on her to be disruptive to her game. That's just how it is. First quarter wasn't that interesting. Everybody was just trying to sort of get in the rhythm, get their feel. One thing that was obvious is that the New York Liberty have cohesion, and they gel. They probably spent time together in the offseason, and that chemistry that they did not have in the finals last year, they have now. So they are going to be very dangerous. Second quarter, I would say Indiana went with a small lineup in the second quarter, and I thought that was a big mistake because Jonquel Jones of the Liberty is 6'6", and Breanna Stewart is 6'4". And so their only offensively competitive big is Aaliyah Boston, and they just swallowed her up. So I just thought that was poor offensive scheming in the second quarter. And Aaliyah they frustrated her. I've never seen Aaliyah get into it with another player, and I've been watching her since her days in South Carolina. Yeah, she's fiery and passionate, but I've never she was just mixing it up with Jonquel Jones, and I was like, "Ooh, Aaliyah's frustrated." Of course she is. She was not playing well. And I thought, just getting the ball down low and her pounding the ball didn't make sense. It wasn't working. And so the fact that they kept doing it, I was like, we need to adjust. We need to adjust. So I wanted to see a faster adjustment, or any adjustment really, from the Fever. It was frustrating just watching them stick with that. But boy, were the New York Liberty playing some pretty basketball. I mean, that chemistry was evident in every way. They were moving. There was really nice floor spacing. They had so much movement that the Fever, they were losing their defensive assignments. And honestly, I put that more on the Liberty's offense than on the Fever's defense. They were just that good last night. Breanna Stewart hit a step back three that I was like, oh, that's what y'all are expecting from Caitlin Clark right now. And she does not have that yet. Number one, she's not 6'4", and the fact that Breanna is 6'4" and doing it with ease, the Liberty are going to be a problem. So they went into halftime. I will say the one thing that stood out right before the half, Caitlin Clark, she picked up her third foul, and it was ticky-tack away from the basket. She picked up her third foul with 10 seconds left in the half. Just silly, poor decision. Again, she's a rookie. Those are the things that she'll get better at. The third quarter, the Fever kept fighting. One thing you are going to see from any team that has, Kelsey Mitchell and Erica Wheeler and Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, you're going to see competitiveness. They're not going to just lay down. And so they kept at it. They had been down by as many as 26 points, and then they cut the lead to 11. They did cut the lead to 11 while Stewie and John Cole Jones were on the bench. And then, they just brought them back in and were like, we're gonna cut this out. Went up big again and didn't relinquish the lead, of course. So a couple of things about the third quarter. It started off good for the Fever, didn't end well. New York dominated, but the Fever have a player, last name is Vegbenle, I think is how you pronounce it. And she brings a lot of energy. She's a front court player. And so she has length, so some size and stuff. And that is really positive for them. She brings the energy, but she's got to be better with her decision making, because she was taking like mid-range jumpers when the rest of the offense wasn't even up in the front court. Like, I was like, honey, that's not your role. So there's that. And then at the end of the third quarter, the Fever were holding for the last shot, and Caitlin Clark was coming up the floor, and I'm looking at the clock, and it's like 16 seconds, 14 seconds, 10 seconds, 11 seconds, and she didn't start running the play, so it was like 8 seconds left. She called for like a screen or something, and whatever that the call was, the play was actually pretty solid, but she didn't have enough time. End of the quarter, so she didn't get a shot off. Again, rookie mistake. That's what a lot of the vets are talking about. The rookies have to adjust to the speed of the game. So she'll get better at that without question. And then fourth quarter, Aaliyah struggled, and her frustration became really evident in the fourth quarter. I thought Size left her in the game too long. I think she pulled out the starters with 2-3 minutes left. And I understand that fans come to see them play, but they don't come to see them get beat up. It was very obvious that this game was in hand. And probably midway through the fourth quarter. And I just didn't think it was healthy to have your best players in the game at that point when they are getting destroyed. So that's my analysis. I will be back with more as I can watch the games and pay attention and take notes and share. So that is that. Listen, this season is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to being able to watch everybody, including my Mystics, who are not very good. So sad. Anyway, that's Mojo on the WNBA, and I will catch you next time.